For Louisiana versus all y'all, Jarrett Roser here with Tioga quarterback, senior quarterback Blake McGehee, heading to Ole Miss to play some college baseball after all this, but right now has his number 3 seed team and all his guys he's been playing with on the football field for several years into the state quarterfinals for the first time in quite a while for the program, and gearing up for another big postseason matchup with Warren Easton, the number 6 seed, on Friday. Blake, how are things going up y'all's way in Senlaw?
We just doing what we always do, trying to get better, coming out every day, just putting in some work and getting ready for the big day on Friday.
I mentioned this is the first time that this program has gotten to this point in a while. You guys have won a playoff game in the first round the last several years since your crew has come through, but winning that second one, getting over that hump into the quarters, how big of a moment was that for this program to get back to the quarterfinals, to a place they haven't been in so long? And what's now the mindset in terms of trying to keep kind of pushing that envelope, because you know the talent that this team has?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I mean, the guys alongside myself have been playing at Tioga for 4 years. Someone's been starting as freshmen, and we've won 3 playoffs games over the past 3 years, but we've come up short in the second round. So last week, getting over that hump, it was a great feeling. Got us some momentum going into this week. So we just want to carry that momentum over and try to play our best game and see what can happen.
You guys saw Easton last year and had to go down there and lost a game that was a single-digit final score. What was the conversation like for you guys coming out of that one and going into the offseason and knowing that core of y'all was going to be back and have a chance to make another run, a potentially deep playoff run this year? And what is it like now to see that same team that ended the season last year next up on the bracket?
Yeah, I mean, it gives us an idea of what we're going up against this year. We're turning almost probably 9 on offense and close to 9 or 10 on defense. So we got the same guys going back to playing the same team. So we're going to try to fix our mistakes. We just try to do a little bit better, and hopefully we get some more points and come up on the winning side this year.
What's the biggest difference for this year's team compared to last year, if there is any? I mean, do y'all feel like a notably better team at this time of year because of that experience or any other aspect? Or is it a matter of, we had a great team last year too, there were just those few things?
Yeah, we had a great team last year, but the people that we lost last year to injuries, which is our starting running back, our starting rover, one of our best receivers. So, yeah, we lost some to graduation, but we've gained some back from injury. So, and like I said, we got our starting running back, so that ups our running game, which, if you know football, it ups your passing game as well. They got to worry about that. So I feel like we're a much more rounded team this year with athletic ability and age. I mean, we got 20 or 18 or 19 seniors starting. So, I mean, we're one of the oldest teams on the field pretty much every week. So I feel like that, and alongside our guys that we got coming back this year, we're a much better team.
And, I mean, you saw a team last year in Easton that they advanced on from their team that's been in the Dome in recent years. You guys, as sophomores, ended up in a second-round matchup against Carr. You have some familiarity with the other powers kind of around the state. Knowing kind of the quality of those teams that reach a semis or reach the Dome, how do you see yourselves kind of in that hierarchy? Do you feel like this is that type of a team that has the opportunity to obviously not just be in the quarters, but potentially be in the semis and beyond?
Yeah, back in my sophomore year when we lost to Carr, it wasn't a game, but we were a young team, and Carr that was one of their best teams they've had in forever. So, and then last year, Easton actually ended up going to the state championship last year too. They lost by 1 point. We played them in a game. We had a game with them, and they went on and played in the Carr in the state championship and made it a 1-point game. We feel like we can hang with anybody in the state. It's just which way the ball lands. If it lands in our court or theirs, so we just go out. We play our best game. We feel like we can play with and beat anybody.
For you as a senior, and you mentioned the strong senior heavy team, has some of that hit you now that you're down to your last 1, 2, or 3 games? Have y'all started to kind of realize, hey, we're winding this thing down, whether it ends in a championship or falls short at any given point? Like, this is kind of our last ride, and recognizing that significance and enjoying that moment?
Yeah, we last week was our last home game. No matter who we played for the rest of the year, we're gonna be traveling to Warren Easton and then most likely Carr. So we wrapped that page in our lives up last week. No more home games. So yeah, every week it's just like our coaches say this could be your last Tuesday practice today. If you don't fight and you don't play your best game on Friday, this could be your last Tuesday. So I mean, and we're counting down the days. Even if we went out, we got three more games. So yeah, we're really focusing up. We don't want it to be over yet, but we know it's coming close.
Um, what is the legacy that you hope, if you've thought about that extent of it, that you hope you leave, whether as a quarterback or as a senior class or whatever, through your time with this program? And obviously have had a lot of success thus far, but as you start to get closer to that point of this is how I want to leave this thing, what's that attitude or mindset?
I mean, we just want to win the state championship. I mean, we've never won it before as at Tioga. This year, I'm pretty sure we won the back. Or this year, we won the district championship. So it was the first time that Tioga won back to back in like 30 years or something like that. So we've already made history this class, and so we just want to win that state championship. We'll be put down the records books as the first team and only team until somebody does it again. So we just want to be remembered as the state champions of 2020, the year of the craziness.
Yeah. I mentioned you're a college baseball guy. How much fun do you have out there on Friday nights though, running around, slinging the ball around? Because you watch you and you look like you're having a lot of fun on a football field.
Yeah, if you ask me which one I like more in football season, it's usually I'm gonna say football. That for them Friday nights, and it's second to none. I'm not ready for it to be over. I'm gonna do everything I can to play one more week, and then that week do it again and try to play one more.
Did you have any college football programs that came in and tried to say, "Hey, look, we know you have a heck of a baseball opportunity, but maybe consider coming over here"? And was that much of a struggle for you decision wise, or I mean, with an opportunity to play some SEC baseball, did it
Yeah.
make too much sense?
But I was getting some letters here and there, but every time my offensive coordinator would tell me every time a coach would come, they'd be like, I mean, he's committed to SEC for baseball. It's not even worth our time. But yeah, I never really gave it any thought. Growing up, I always knew I wanted to play SEC baseball. So if I was 6'4", maybe I would have a different mindset about it. But I'm 6 foot, so baseball is probably if after college, that's the only chance I believe that I can make some money doing this. So yeah, baseball, it's never really been up to debate. I've always been trying to go to college for baseball.
For folks in the New Orleans area that get a chance to see you guys for the first time this week, potentially, who are some other guys on your team that you've been really proud of or impressed with at the seasons they've had, and you think that there's some guys that are names that people in South Louisiana need to know?
Uh, we got a 6'3" receiver that he can. I would take him 1-on-1 versus anybody in the state. He's a little banged up this week. We're hoping he can. We're hoping he can play, but him on the other side of the ball, we got Jacoby Brock. He's a monster, middle linebacker, number 5. You'll hear his name on the announcements during the game a lot, but just everywhere, honestly. But those two guys stand out a lot to me.
Good deal, man. Well, I certainly appreciate you taking a few minutes to chat about all of it, and good luck to you guys with this next one on Friday night.
I appreciate it.
Good
Take
deal
care.
again. He's Blake McGehee, the Ole Miss baseball commit and the quarterback for the number 3 seed Tioga in the Class 4A playoffs. And for Louisiana versus all y'all, Jarrett Roser.